Scotty here, and welcome to, or should I say welcome back, technically, to What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, I originally did this video, like, almost 5 years ago, and I only did the first, like, 25 minutes, something like that, but I'm going to do this episode. Number one, everything recorded through the capture card, like the past few videos, and I'm going to try and do this completely unedited, maybe for an hour, maybe longer, I don't know how long this episode is going to turn out. So yeah, here we go. Okay, don't open it now.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Also, I forgot how great this game looks. It's a beautiful looking game.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Barely bounced the gate open. It's alright, gate, don't mind me.
In her will, my mother left me a key but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
At least I think this is the right way to go. I don't know, can't I jog or brisk walk?
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Missing Milton Finch. Date missing, October 23rd, 2003. Date of birth, 19th of the 5th, 1992. Age of disappearance, 11. Shit.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Ha, joke's on you, words, I'm going this way. Oh, so why brings up the book? Okay. Right. What's that?
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
That top room there, I don't know why I'm pointing, I don't have face cam for this one. That top room there does not look very safe. You're in that and you have a strong fart, that thing's going to fall over. But what is that? Where do I get one?
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Yeah, I like doing that with the words. I like just knocking the subtitles over.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Well, don't think this key's gonna work.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Ooh.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Let's just post those words through. think I know where to go. I think there's a cat flap if I remember correctly. Where's the cat flap? Here we go. Oh, I got a big head. I hit that. Well, here goes nothing.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Oh, doggy door, not cat flap then. What's that, a beer? Drink it. Oh wait, you're 17. You're not supposed to, but drink it anyway.
The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years,
January 2010.
I felt like I was home.
Okay, now can we look at absolutely everything? That's a lot of canned fish.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Edith, Edie, Lewis and Dawn. Okay, right. Lewis Finch. December 1988 to November 2010. Beloved brother to Edith, son of Dawn, great-grandson to Edie. Memorial service, Finch Family Cemetery, 2141 Fireweed Road.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
I knew there was a cat. Right, I don't know which way to go first. This is always an issue for me when I play this game. Which way do I go first?
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Okay, nobody gonna clean it up?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
That's a nice TV. Don't know why it's stacked on books though, but okay.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
The phone will vibrate, but what the fuck was that noise? Right, I'm not going to swear as much during this video, but what the hell was that noise? And can I crawl up there? Ah. Can I crouch? Now, what is it with all these games I've been playing recently not having a crouch option?
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Oh, what about you? Whoa, okay, I'm DJing with this thing. Jesus.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Barbara Finch. Oh, she was a movie star.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Okay then, right. So... Ah, right, I'm glad I went that way then.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Okay, weird. Cool. Right, let's go up the stairs.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Okay, then I'm guessing I'm supposed to go this way. Okay, let's look in this room first then.
My Grandpa Sam spent
Calvin.
7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Okay, that's depressing. Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Wait. Oh, 1 year old, 1976 to 1977. Shit. Edie till 2010. From 1917 to 2010. Sven Hofstand Finch. From 1915 to 1964.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Okay, right, I need to find a way into these rooms. And I don't know which way to go. Oh dear. Let's go this way first. Molly, 1937 to 1947. That's only 10. It's only 10 years old.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with.
What the hell?
If she hadn't died in 1947.
So hard not to swear. What the hell? That's only 10 years old. Why is my mic arm wanting to give way on me? What the hell? Stay tightened. It's still a bit floppy. I've got a flaccid mic arm. Jesus. I'll put you up a bit like that. There we go. That feels better. Alright. So I think we've got to go into the blue room. So I'm going to go up here first. Look through some peepholes. And we've got Barbara, the movie star. 1944 to 1960.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years. Until America grew out of it.
Wait, what year did that say? To 1960. That's 16. That's still no age. What the hell? What is going on in this family? They're all passing away extremely young.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Right, let's see if we
Mom
can get
must
up
have
here.
locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, alright. So we do need to go through the blue room first.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Why? This is cool.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Ooh.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Okay.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Is this the little girl Molly? Yes.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Well, you must have been a very tall child.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's cute.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
I think this is where things get trippy.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly check how my audio's recording before we go any further. Okay then, sorry for that quick pause there, guys. Let's get back into it.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Don't eat the gerbil. Oh, don't eat the fish, that's
I
worse.
thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
What a friendly little fish. Don't chuff and go back to eating, man.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, toothpaste.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Parkour cat.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Oh. Don't know where I'm supposed to go here.
The babies were all gone. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Gotcha.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted
That's how I
Fat,
dive down.
juicy seeds.
I have no idea how to dive for a
I
second.
tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I don't know where I'm going. I just done a 360. Just loop back exactly to where I were. I think I need to go under the truck. Yes, I do.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Good song, that. I swear I turned the music off. Yes, I have. So why is it still playing? Oh God.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
That's her room.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
That doesn't explain how she died, but you know.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
That's cute. Put the cat outside the window.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Sorry guys, I pressed that a bit quick.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Yeah, Orcas Island was what we missed there.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
That's the dragon thing out in the yard that I said, where do I get one?
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Right, okay, I think I said this in the last time I recorded this. Well, why would you have a fluffy bathroom?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
I don't know why my camera just freaked out then. There's a secret in this bathroom. Can I not back off of that? Okay.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Okay then, I don't want to go through there just yet. Don't climb through. Don't climb through. Oh, for fuck's sake. Gonna climb back. Yes, I can. Right. There's a couple of things I want to look around here first. Okay, right. So I feel like I missed something in here. Built 1937. See?
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Ah, an old Singer sewing machine. Right, I think That's everything here. Derpy Jr. Derpy. That one doesn't have a name on it. Bob. Bob's a snake. Oh, cool. And Burpy. And we'll go down here. Rob. Lurpy. Purpley. And what are you down here? Furpy. Right, okay. Now we can move on. Calvin Finch. Okay, alright. Let's keep going. Milton's been here again. So I think I ended the last episode in this room, so let's see about going a little further this time.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't.
Okay, then we're just swinging. Come on, swing. Oh, that's how I do it. Right, both sticks. There we
I think
go.
Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Okay, it's
Maybe if I
making
hadn't
me
said
all
that.
dizzy.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh shit, that sounds painful. So guys, this is where I ended the last episode.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
But this time we're gonna go further.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Okay, then we've got more secrets. I see another Milton artwork.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Aha. Barbara, the movie star.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
My friend Bigfoot.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Ah, there we go.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Okay, this is a cool style.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader Here is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Okay, I like that I can just hit everything with the crutch.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear! Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Okay, I actually really enjoyed that one.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Okay, is there anything else here that we can look at? No, I think we've got to go in here and back out again.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
(1952 to 2005).
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Shit. That's a long time.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was,
2005.
it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Which way do I go? I can't see shit. Oh, there.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh, definitely weren't even a full day.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told
Okay, that is in game.
me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Just throw myself over the edge. Yeah, sorry I've not been
I don't know
talking
if I
a lot.
should even be writing this.
Okay, sorry I've not been talking a lot during this, guys. I just want to play through and let you guys hear the story. For those of you who haven't played this game or seen this game before, it is an old game by now, so. yeah, I just want to let you guys hear the story and see what's happening. And not
Maybe it'd
interrupt
be
too
better
much.
if all this just died with me.
Yeah, not to interrupt too much, so, yeah.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Where am I supposed to get out that way?
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Here they are, look. Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy,
3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. There's Lucy, which is a dog. 1956 to 1969. Daisy, 1985 to 1993. Charlie, which I'm guessing is a cat, is 1993 to 2007. Tucker, 1988 to 92. Coco, 1974 to 79. Zoe, from 1962 to 1970. Bailey, 1959 to 1972. Shadow, 1978 to 88. Oliver, 1982 to 89. Bob, 1980 to 1984. Shotzi, from 95 to 2009. Oh. And Christopher, 1942 to 1947. It's a long life for a fish, for a goldfish. Nice one. Is that 5-year-old?
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Alright, let's start from here. Molly Finch. 1937 to 1947. Calvin, 1950 to 1961. Sven, 1915 to 64. Edie, 1917 to 2010. Walter, 52 to 2005. Barbara, 1944 to 1960.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
So where do I go now?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Gregory Finch.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gregory Finch, 1 year old. Sam Finch, 1950 to 1983. And Gus, 1969 to 82. Jeez, there's more. Milton. Sanjay Kumar, 1966-2002.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Lewis, 88-2010.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Nice bearskin rug. Okay, I'm gonna look around this room before we get straight to that. K. Finch. Airline tickets. Okay, so there's not a lot in this one to look through.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Oh, well, that's a nice rifle.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be taking a photograph of at this point.
We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just... Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be... Great shot, Don!
Jesus.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh. What time for the camera to go off?
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Okay then, guys, so how long have we been recording? About an hour, so I'm gonna actually end this episode here because the game's just saved, so here's a good part. So anyway, guys, so it's been a long time since I've even loaded this game up. I don't even remember when the last time was, but yeah, this is such a great game. And I love these story-based, slower-paced games. I am gonna come back to Gone Home as well. That is one I'm gonna do very soon. I was gonna record it today, but I'm getting really tired. It's the same day I recorded Bum Simulator, which is gonna be out before this, I think. I don't know. Probably the first episode will be. So it's now 11 in the morning. Or 10 past 11 in the morning. And I haven't been to sleep yet from last night. So I'm incredibly tired. Probably going to go drink an energy drink. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like the video, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Step into the wasteland shadows. Coyote howls while your screen glows. Desert nights and cold rewrites. Lost the fight to endless bites. Digital mirage in your sight. Clawing at the wall.